Hi, this is Mashnu, and here is again one of my own games. I played this one yesterday evening during a team match that I played with my club against another club, and well, unfortunately we lost the match by 5.5 against 2.5. And my own game, I won this one, but it was not enough to win the whole match. But anyway, this game was it was a nice win for me. I played against the Gruenfeld defense this pet system that I have tried before, F3 here, and my opponent was surprised by this, and I think that many Gruenfeld players will be surprised when they see the move F3, because as I told you before in another video, with this F3 idea and then playing E4, you bring black out of their common patterns of the Gruenfeld. What he replied here is bishop to G7. If you want to see some more variations in this system, have a look at my other video that I published about a month ago. I continued here with E4. He took on E4, I took back, and now he played C5. So he's using the standard strategies of the Gruenfeld defense, playing C5 and maybe followed by queen to A5. I played D5 here, and here he didn't play queen to D5. That is what I had expected, that he would play queen to A5, threatening to take on E4 and then try to find some play on the queen side. He played knight B to D7, eyeing for this square E5. But it looks a bit strange, I find, this move knight to E7. But I don't know, maybe it is playable. His idea is to put a knight on E5, and after I played knight to F3, he played his other knight to G4. So now the plan is clear. He wants to place a knight on E5, and even after trading one of the knights later, he will stay with the knight on this center square. I played bishop to F4. He played knight to E5, and I played simply bishop to E2. Now he took on F3, and after I took back with my bishop, he took the other knight and placed it on E5. So this knight on E5 looks very strong, but I was not very concerned about this knight, because I castled here, and of course he cannot take now on C4 because I play queen A4 check and win the knight. So he castled, and now he is threatening to take on C4. So I played bishop to E2, and the knight on E5, all these squares where it is looking at in my territory are controlled by my bishop. So this knight on E5 has no direct threats. Now in this position, at this moment, I thought that he would play something again, something like queen to B6 or queen to A5, and try to start some counterplay here on the queen side, because that's the part of the board where black has to look for counterplay. I will play on the king side and in the center maybe. And what he did is he played a move that is more slowly, A6, maybe trying to prevent knight to B5, but I was not planning to play knight to B5, and maybe preparing B5 himself, but that's a move that he cannot play right now because I will take on B5. So I don't think this is the best continuation, but it's, well, let's see how it continued. I played queen to D2 here, and my plan is simply to try to trade this dark square bishop on G7, so the dark squares around his king start becoming weak, and I can use that, and I can use this half open F file to attack as well. He played knight to G4. Now there is a threat here, and that is this check on D4. If I then move king to H1, he will play knight to F2 check, and that will be annoying for me. So what I did is I simply took on g4, and after he took back, I played bishop to h6. So if I go back a few moves, what actually he achieved by playing knight to g4 is that he trades this beautiful knight for one of my defensive pieces. So I don't think this was a very good thing to do for him. And when your opponent has the bishop's pair, you have to try to trade one of the bishops, because two bishops are very strong. They can control both color squares. And here he made a serious mistake, and that is playing f6, damaging his pawn structure. So the idea, I think, was maybe that he was afraid that I would take on g7, and after that I would advance my pawn to e5. So by playing f6 he's controlling e5, but he damages his pawn structure. I played queen to f4 now, attacking the bishop on g4, so I'm bringing my queen into play, gaining a tempo. The bishop went to d7. Now I played e5 anyway, and here he played, he thought for quite a long time, and he played rook to c8, and that's a move that doesn't achieve much. It's very passive. Maybe taking on e5 would be an option, but still it's good for white, because these diagonals towards the king are opened. So I think that this still white has a beautiful position here, and I think he didn't want to open the king's position here by taking on e5. So what he did was actually a waiting move, rook to c8. Now I played rook a to e1, and I thought about playing e6, by the way, but I didn't do that, because I thought if he goes to e8 it looks as if this bishop is trapped almost. But the thing is that I thought that later he can play g5 and bishop g6, and then this bishop is liberated again. So that's why I didn't want to play e6, but it was possible if we look at this variation: rook a to d8, g5, queen g3, bishop g6, and now d6, and that's a move that I didn't see. I didn't see this plan of moving the rook to d1 and then play d6, because this is really terrible for black. If he takes on d6, then rook takes d6, and after the move, after the queen moves away, then rook to d7 is crushing. But well, in the game I didn't play e6. I didn't want to advance this pawn now, so I played rook a to e1, and after bishop e8 I played knight e4. So now I'm bringing all my pieces into the attack, and all these pieces are all looking at these squares around his king. He played now h6 with the idea of controlling this g5 square. So after these two pawns are traded, his idea was preventing me from playing a knight to g5, because this e6 square here is very weak, so a knight here would be terrible. Now I took on f6, he took back, and now I played knight to d6, attacking the rook, and now there is no good defense for black. My opponent blundered actually here by playing rook to f7, and then a whole piece falls on e8, and here he resigned. But there was here no possible defense. Rook to b8, then I take on e8, and the queen on d8 is overloaded. So after trading here, f6 falls, and the position is very good for me. I think I would win this endgame. Well, that was the game that I played yesterday, and I'm very happy to see again that this system of playing f3 here against the Gruenfeld is a nice surprise weapon, at least at our level, amateur level. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time on YouTube. Leave your comments.